Hi there, welcome to the first video for this channel of 2020. It's still January, so I'm going to claim that one as a win, actually getting one in the first month of January, first month of the year. This is the new look as well, a bit of a drastic new look, I say a bit, but it's quite a drastic change from the last look, and I'm pretty proud of that fact. It just signifies what has kind of been going on with me and what has been happening and a few reasons behind it. So this video, quick tour, quick explanation of what things have been happening and the reason why I've stopped with the blog and quit all of the trying to grow Instagram and social media, all that kind of good stuff. So this is what is this? This is my next secret diary entry for the Living a Creative Life. So let's get into it. By way of an introduction, I'm going to do a bit of a stream tour, so things aren't so much of a shock when it comes back round. As usual, I've got the stream going. I've got a few things, a few camera angles. I've got my main one now in black and white because, firstly, why the hell not? I love black and white, and also it has been so damn difficult trying to get the color balance right between the lamps and things that I have. These things are cheapo LED things from Amazon, USB powered. So we've not spent any money on this, so we've gone black and white, and I like the look, and it fits in with the way I'm feeling. So yeah, I like the black and white look. Other things that I've got my inlays with the new inlay thing. Who says you have to have a little square box in the corner and be able to see your face properly? I don't care. I've also got my top view here, desk demo stuff or over the shoulder kind of things. These are my notes, which I keep peering down to. What else have we got here? We got all sorts going on. I'm going to be able to put in my call to action. Here are the Twitter accounts and the Instagram accounts and things. Just make a note of those now if you're very interested. Instagram now has we have two accounts for Instagram. Jacked Content, which is my original one, which is now mostly focused on photography. Anything that I like with photography goes on there. Could be final pieces, could be gear, could be anything that takes my fancy goes in that one. Jacked Writes, that is my writing and authoring account, because you may not know this, and I've never spoken about this in these videos before because it wasn't on brand and it wasn't part of the topic, so I've never mentioned it, but now we're merging everything together apart from the two Instagram accounts. I do writing, and I want to get better at my writing of fiction, so I'm posting things on there. YouTube, where this is now, feel free to subscribe if you like variety. If you hate variety on a YouTube channel, then I would not click that subscribe button if I were you. Twitter, because you have to have Twitter. I do check it occasionally, and if that is your means of doing it, then by all means I will get around to it. Just don't expect me to be up morning, noon and night answering things on that one. The main place for me is the new blog, and that is where I am going to take you right now. If I can work out which button to press. We're gonna go over here. Right, this is the new blog, which firstly is not a blog. It even says that on the blog page. This is not a blog. Give you a bit of a tour here. When you first get here, you are given the two sides of me, my two creative outlets, the writing that I do and the photography that I do. Let's go straight into photography just to ease you into the new way of doing things. I've turned this into my kind of portfolio site. So I've got all my various topics at the moment. There's a few more to go on as and when they come ready, but these are the main ones that I've managed to populate it with. I'm just gonna flick through a few of these just to show you whilst I tell the story. This all came about because the website stuff that I had, the blog and all that, it was coming up for renewal, and the price that they quoted me for the renewal was significantly higher than it was in the beginning. So I set about moving everything. To a different host, and that was a lovely experience that I am not planning to repeat. suffice it to say, after a lot of complications with trying to copy WordPresses and databases and FTP this and that, which doesn't interest me in the slightest, and so I don't know why I'm telling you, I started to question, why on earth am I doing a blog? And the reason that I wanted to do a blog in the first place was that I wanted a creative outlet that I could make things and publish things, because that is what I want to do. I want to make things all the time, any kind of thing, doesn't matter. And so I started the blog, and then I got caught up in that whole mindset of blog and everything, and you need to build the blog, you need to drive traffic, you need to do keywords, you need to do keyword research, you need to be syndicating everything on social media, and it just takes so much time, which, if that's what you enjoy, great, you have found your thing. But I did it for 2 years, something like that, on and off 2 years, not a strict 2 years, but on and off 2 years. I suddenly got to the point where I was like, I am spending 90% of my time researching articles. I even had it down here. Look, I got this content checklist. This is everything that I would need to do in order to do one article, right? And people calling out are like, we need to be publishing a new article every week or whatever. It's right, we're not doing that. We are not spending our time doing that. We want to spend our time out there taking photographs, or in here crafting stories and writing those things. So I just deleted the blog. I was getting good traffic and I've earned some money through the blog, but I don't want to spend my time doing that. It is a distraction, and it is going to keep me away from oh, that's a nice one. It's going to keep me away from doing the things that I want to do, and more importantly, learning the craft. Doing photography and writing, they are both craft-based things, and they both require experience and training, and you only get that through doing it and practicing it. So if I am wasting my time trying to know what the 3 best keywords are for search optimizing a particular article and getting people to come to the site so that they can then click buy now and I can get a small percentage from Amazon, you're never going to make it as a photographer if you're just flogging Amazon links. So deleted that. Right, what's next? You can look with me. What's next on here? What do I want to spend my time doing? Doing photography and writing. Oh, echo chamber. Yeah, this is a good one. When I started, I decided to do this a while ago, and I think I went about it the wrong way. I started putting everything on the same Instagram page. It all went in one big pot, and it didn't resonate very well because the audience that I have on the Jacked content is more photography and outdoors based interest, and that's what they engage with. So putting up pictures of I can probably find one on here, putting up these kind of pictures, like my writing stuff, just didn't sit well with them, and it didn't happen, and I couldn't get the critique and the feedback that I really wanted from that kind of stuff. So I decided to split it. I could probably not have done that, but it would have taken a little bit amount of time, and it was a bit embarrassing really, to have all these photographers looking at not as good photos of books and fiction and writing and pens and that kind of stuff. So I started the other Instagram account, the Jacked Writes, and publishing things on there. I've got to go back. These things. I was like, short stories in exactly 100 words. I love crafting those. They're really quite fun to do. And I was publishing some of my little poetry things on there, but what I found was there are so many people on there doing that, and it's this kind of huge echo chamber of fake adoration, if you know what I mean. It's like they put a like on it, it's like, oh, this really speaks to me, thanks for sharing, and it's like, oh, follow. Nobody's gonna say, what you've done there is okay, but I think you could do better by doing this. Because you'll probably unfollow them, or you will never follow them, or something like that. So it was just, I am never going to get the critique that I want, and everybody can do it, so there's nobody, it sounds wrong to use this kind of word, but there's no tastemaker involved, if you know what I mean. There's nobody with the experience and the know-how of what the art form actually is to be able, or if there is, there's nobody with the guts to actually say it to you that this isn't that good. And I need that, especially with fiction writing. I need somebody to say, this isn't good enough yet. And I'm not going to get that on Instagram. So I need some actual critique, both for my photography and for my writing, which means I'm going to have to start submitting things. I'm going to submit things to, well, from a photography point of view, I'm going to be submitting things through Getty. I'm a Getty contributor now, which is kind of cool. The photos are actually reviewed and they, before they go on, and if they're good, people buy them. That's kind of the ultimate, yes, we like this. They've paid money for it. So I'm also going to be sending things to publishers as well, for my photography, particularly some of these outdoor brands. Where's it gone? Is it personal? Probably. Yeah. Like paragliding stuff. I love paragliding when I can get out. This is what I do, and I love to take photos of it. So I'm going to be submitting these kind of things to the brands and the magazines and the publications and see what they say, because they will not accept something if they do not want it, unlike the Instagram echo chamber. Writing, same kind of deal. There's no point in me putting it out there online. I could easily just send it to a publisher. And at the moment I'm crafting 2 short stories to be submitted by the end of this month. I've got 1 week left to finish them off and submit them. They will look at them and they will say, yes, we will put this in, or no, it's not good enough. I need that. I am determined. Part of my to-do list is to collect 6 rejection letters this year from publishers. So they will tell me. So I can spend all my time writing and doing photography and putting it in front of people that know what they're talking about, and I will accept their criticism, and then I can get better at my crafts. So what I'm actually doing is I'm building my skills. I'm not building my following, and the blog life and everything was to build a following that you can then monetize. This that I'm doing is to build my skills that I can monetize at some point. And I think at the end of the day, if the whole internet thing went bust, and if Instagram decides to disappear and Facebook's finally in court for something horrendous, you know, and it all goes the way, and nobody's reading blogs right now, it just feels that way. People are reading blogs, but they're the blogs that were set up in the first place when it was new and have established themselves as kind of an authority on something. Right now it's pretty difficult to try and break into that. Not that being difficult is a reason to stop doing it, it's just you have to put a heck of a lot of work into it, and it is work that could just disappear. That avenue could just disappear. Whereas if I have these skills to do photography, which people will always want, and to craft stories, which people will always want, then I'm in a good position. That's what I want to do. Where have we gone? Have we done the full website tour yet? No. This part, the secret diary. This is kind of what this channel is an extension of. Can you see the screen? Yeah. There's a warning that comes with this. This is not a blog. Not a blog. So I am not publishing how-to articles or optimized content or keywords or anything like that. This is simply for somewhere for me to post my creative ideas and things that I'm doing, and to be a diary for me to be able to look back on and say, this is where I started out, and this is what I've tried, and this is what I've done along the way. So it could be anything that I post on here. So actually going to the secret diary, these are not articles. You could come here and like, oh, there's a new article, and you'll have a look at it, and It's one photo, one sentence. That's an article. That's an article. That's just beautiful. So even though that it's a gents, probably not the best example to choose. Let's move on. But that's the kind of thing. It's something that has interested me, that has inspired me, or some little bit of news, like getting on Getty. Little paragraph about I've just started getting on Getty, and here's the photo that I put on there. It could be anything. I did obviously a big ta-da fanfare of back to basics, and this is kind of what this video is about in a bit of more of a stretched out long form way. All the kind of things that I'm going to be doing on there. So these are, as you can see, not articles. I'm going to publish some of my writing on there, some stuff that I can afford to publish on there. The problem is, if I publish a full work on my website, it can't then be accepted by a publisher because it's not original, or it's been published somewhere else before. They don't like that. So, but I'm going to publish some of the shorter ones, the really short ones, like the 100-word ones, and maybe some of the drafts. I can get away with publishing drafts. That's another thing that's going to go on this YouTube channel. Let's get back to it. The YouTube channel. Now, what we're going to have on here, as I said before, it's an extension of my secret diary, my journal, for the longer form content. Some discussions maybe that might kick off, which is good. But the other things that I want to do, I'm really interested in doing that over the shoulder look at things. How best to explain it? A lot of the live channels, they'll have like a running list that's a little bit more crafted than this scribbling down here, but they'll have things, and it'll be optimized content. It'll be like 50 things that you need to do as a live streamer, or the 10 biggest mistakes that a live streamer would make. I have a problem with that, and I didn't used to, which is part of the problem. The problem is they are saying that they are an authority on this particular topic that you're looking at, and you're looking at it, so you think, oh, it must be working because I'm here. Like, I found them, they know what they're talking about, and so loads of people follow exactly what they're doing, but there's no indication of what percentage of the people that have seen that advice and then done exactly the same as that advice, what percentage of those have reached the same level of success. We don't know. We just do not know. So it could all just be a self-fulfilling prophecy that they're giving out advice, so people are looking at it, and it generates a lot of views, so people think it's good advice, so then everybody does the same thing, and everything looks like that, so then everybody decides, oh, they're all doing this, so that's how it's done. As somebody with a bit of an artistic temperament, I find that very difficult to follow. Hence the new look, like, you know, putting myself in triangles that are all broken up in the corner will annoy the hell out of some people, but it doesn't matter. I like the kind of fashion magazine-y layout thing. The black and white, people will be frustrated about that. They've got a phone that's got so many different colours and super hyper retina, this, that, and t'other, and you're transmitting in black and white. Don't care. I like it. So what I'm going to do on the channel is over the shoulder editing, both of photography and of fiction. And going to be, some of it might be boring to some people might find it interesting, but just to have a live stream going where I am doing the skills and the craft that I want to do, and I'm putting it out there. I heard a piece of advice like years and years and years ago. In fact, I even pinned it up to my notebook. This has been stuck up on the notice board for probably 5 years, and this piece of advice is: document, do not manufacture. And what that means is, when you're creating your content and everything, and my light's failing, is it flickering? I touched it, that was why I jinxed it. I touched it and moved it and just upset it. Document, don't manufacture. That means rather than filling all of your time creating all of these vlogs and these videos about things that you say you want to be doing, and portraying this persona of who you want to be, they kind of fake it till you make it. And I've been there, I've done that, I've tried that, I was hooked on that, probably still am to some extent. I'm probably putting on a bit of a front right here, But in a live stream, I'll turn that off. In a live stream where you can see me doing the thing that I say I am doing, it just seems more genuine. I can publish more content, which I want to do. You got to create something and put it out there. And live, for me, I really like live and what it can do. So that's what I'm going to do. See what I'm actually doing and doing what I actually say. Over the shoulder. So what are we going to do? Over the shoulder, work in progress, photo edits, writing fiction. I will take that to be from an idea that I've had to a draft version. I can't take it any further, otherwise I then can't submit it and it won't be published. But it gives a bit of an idea, and there'll be some stuff that I will just publish anyway. Also, films that I create, I still make videos. I go out and about and do things, and I'll make a video about that and publish that. It could be absolutely anything. Probably going to be paragliding, or probably going to be out on a photo trip or some trip like that that is semi-relevant to the things that I like doing, because I do it because I like doing it. It'd be vlog-like, but they won't be vlogs. I've been there and done that for years and learned the craft, but it's just not interesting. It's just a little bit too fake at the moment. And anything film, like, have I said everything that I was going to say about that? Yeah, what am I going to publish and where? You know, creative interests, photography and writing. It's basically art, right? I started out as an artist, and then I got sidetracked into everything where kind of the business and stuff takes over, and you're selling your skills, but you're not actually growing. I wasn't growing as an artist, and I've now gone back completely swung the other way on these two extremes of lucrative business and pure art. So yeah, I am not going to commit to a date. I am not going to commit to a schedule. I'm pretty much not going to commit to a topic, even though I've said photography and writing and art kind of stuff. There could be a video live stream where I go off on one about fountain pens, or finding the perfect notebook, that just something that would have caught my attention, piqued my interest, and I want to say something about it. They won't all be long. They won't all be extremely long. The over-the-shoulder ones will be, but the short ones will be short. Who'd have thunk it? I think I said this at the beginning. If you do not like variety, then this channel is not for you. If you're someone that likes to follow a particular channel for their particular type of content, which is their particular thing of, I don't know, how many glass beads can you fit in your mouth today, that kind of thing, then this isn't that channel. There's going to be stuff on writing, there's going to be stuff, it's all over the place, because that is me, and that is that. Because if I don't create the things that interest me, and I get locked into this little tunnel of you must create, like this tunnel of follow this checklist every time, I get bored, I stop doing it, and I disappear for months on end. I go into like an art depression kind of thing. I just do not want to do it. So this kind of video is kind of the stage where I've just thrown all that out of the pram, and I am just going with something else. You'll probably see a video in 5 months' time that is like why I've changed again, but at least I'm giving the scope in this channel now that things will change and can change, and it can still carry on. And it can change with me, which is good. Yeah, well, I've kind of touched on that already. Looking down here, look. Having to work to the rules of growth by Instagram. That's quite a good phrase, I like that. Growth by Instagram takes all the fun out of living the creative life. Absolutely. The Instagram growth thing is similar to the blog, only that you're doing it on someone else's platform, Facebook's. You are pushing out content that you want people to be interested in, you are gathering the followers in for that content, and then because you have a huge audience, you are monetizing that audience by selling them ads or sponsored posts or links or affiliate this, that and the other. Which, fine, if that's what you want to do, absolutely go ahead and do that. Making your own business, making your own money, great stuff. For me, it just gets boring. I can't be creative doing that. If I'm constantly thinking I need to make something that lots of people will like, so that I will get lots of interest on it to build the following. The consideration of what people will like shouldn't be at the forefront of everything that I am making, and that is the big thing. I should be coming up with a creative idea that I find is interesting. I should be following that through and crafting something with the skills that I have, either a photo or a piece of fiction. I should then be taking that and giving it to somebody that knows what they're talking about and say, what do you think of this? Getting their feedback and getting the good stuff taken forward and the bad stuff kind of weeding that out. That is where I want to be. I want to have these skills and I want to be good at these two things. So that's what we're doing. According to my checklist down here, that is pretty much everything that we're going to talk about. How long have I been going? I've been speaking for 26 minutes now, which is pretty damn good. What are we going to do? Yeah. Oh, it says here down on my list, the next thing that I need to do is to say thank you and to have the calls to action. So here are the calls to action. We've been through these already, so we don't really need to see those again. That's it. All that's left for me to say is thank you ever so much if you've made it this far through the video. Thank you ever so much if you're planning on sticking around for any future videos. That would be awesome. I like interaction, so if you want to drop a comment and we can start a conversation, all the better. If you just want to view this, no problem at all. Happy to oblige you with that. Yeah, let's do it. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Living the creative life. Let's do this. See you later.